மன்னருக்கு மன்னுதல் செங்கோன்மை அஃது இன்றேல் மன்னாவாம் மன்னர்க்கு ஒளி. What this simply means is righteous government gives permanence to kings. Without that, their fame will have no endurance. My dear fellow Indians, Vanakkam from Chennai. I'm here to share a very important detail with you, a case of violation of the fundamental right guaranteed under the Constitution of India. Right to freedom of expression and right to liberty have been curtailed in the case of a person by the name Maridas, who is not just a YouTuber but a staunch nationalist. So I will narrate the entire incident. Please feel free to use this video in whichever way you deem fit, and also I have attached a petition in change.org demanding his immediate release by the public authorities in Tamil Nadu. So the case of Maridas is very interesting. This particular person, Mr. Maridas, is a staunch nationalist and he is against the policies of the ruling party in Tamil Nadu. Time and again he has exposed with adequate data about the various corruption as well as anti-Hindu angle taken by some parties in Tamil Nadu. This has not gone well with a number of left-leaning political parties in Tamil Nadu. So the moment this particular party, DMK, assumed power, they were looking for opportunities to prosecute him and put him behind the bars. In this particular case, what they have done is they have slapped sedition charges against Mr. Maridas for a tweet which is allegedly anti-national. What the tweet roughly conveyed was, under the rule of DMK and another organization by the name DK, Tamil Nadu is becoming like a Kashmir, and also there are separatist tendencies that operate very freely within Tamil Nadu. This tweet was considered anti-national by somebody, a DMK IT wing functionary who lodged a complaint with the police, and immediately roughly 100 policemen surrounded Maridas's house and he was taken into custody. And this particular case reached the Madras High Court, Madurai bench of the Madras High Court, where Justice G.R. Swaminathan had quashed the FIR, saying that the various sections of the IPC under which he is booked do not apply in this particular case. In fact, there was a statement by the Honorable Learned Judge in this particular case that there is nothing anti-national in this. And in fact, the prosecution was trying to say that we have arrested him and we have taken custody of his laptop in direct violation of Article 21, right to privacy of the individual, stating that just because of this tweet, we want to examine if there is any nexus between the said person and anti-national forces. Whereas his only demand was India should stand united and fight separatist tendencies. So if this is the case, tomorrow anybody's liberty and privacy can be jeopardized by saying that we are just going to interrogate him for having put out a tweet which is against the ruling party. This is grave injustice. This is in complete violation of the fundamental rights guaranteed under the Constitution, and the Supreme Court, being the supreme protector of the fundamental rights of an individual, I humbly request them to take cognizance of this particular issue. After this FIR was quashed, he is still kept in custody under the garb of prosecuting him for various FIRs that were slapped on him in different places. If you guys notice, this is the similar modus operandi in the case of Arnab Goswami and also Subramanian Swamy, but the only difference you see is in those two cases, the single charge was put by different individuals from different places in order to keep shuttling the accused. But in this particular case, different FIRs have been lodged on different grounds against the same individual with the idea of curtailing his liberty. Now, the subsequent charges that were framed against him is one, for having spoken against Tablighi Jamaat. Saudi Arabia has openly declared Tablighi Jamaat as a gateway to terrorism and banned the organization. So it was about the same organization Mr. Maridas had put out a video. So some Muslim organizations and some Islamic individual had slapped a case against him. Now they are invoking that FIR and trying to frame charges against him and take him to the court just because he is in custody. And none of the rights of this particular individual in prison have been guaranteed. I say so because in other two cases that are slapped against him, in one case it is for having spoken allegedly against a farmer organization that is protesting in Tamil Nadu. In another case, it is about a fake email which he quoted in his video. But who sent the mail and what was the intention behind the mail must be the line of investigation, which is completely neglected, and they want to frame him for forgery cases. So all these cases are foisted on him, and he is being shuttled from one prison to another prison under the guise of taking him in front of a judicial magistrate. When this is happening, we should all clearly clearly remember that Supreme Court even recently reiterated that bail is the norm and jail is the exception. You can't keep people behind prisons for no reason until there is judicial direction to take them into custody. So just giving remand of prisoners because the investigation officer or the investigation agency has asked for it is in gross violation of the fundamental rights of an individual. This is being completely sidelined. This principle of jurisprudence has been completely sidelined in the case of Maridas. So what they are doing right now is waking him up at 3 o'clock in the morning and asking him to get ready, which is again in violation of the prison manual, prison guidelines, rights of a prisoner given under CRPC. They ask him to wake up so early, not letting him sleep, keeping him in constant travel, transporting him from Theni to Madurai, Madurai to Chennai, Chennai back to Theni, and so on and so forth, thereby jeopardizing his health. And for what reason? Just because he had spoken against the ruling party. And in fact, when sedition charges 124A was slapped on him, it was a criticism against the policies of the DMK and not the state. 124A applies only when you have a tendency of violent overthrow of the government established by law, but no such thing has happened in this particular case. So I humbly request the nationalist audience as well as audience across the globe to look into this issue. If any individual can be subjected to this kind of a treatment by a democratically elected government for just having voiced his views against the government in a very decent and parliamentary manner, there is nothing unparliamentary about whatever he has said. But in Tamil Nadu, there have been a number of tweets which have been unparliamentary, demeaning the authority of the courts, demeaning the Prime Minister, and very derogatory comments about the Home Minister and so on and so forth, and nothing has been done. But this particular case is selectively being taken by the Tamil Nadu government in order to put him behind the bars. This is not just one case. Ever since the DMK party has been elected in the recent 2021 elections, a number of people have been booked under Gundas Act for their comments in online forums, which includes Facebook or Twitter or any other forums. For example, there is one person by the name Kishore Keswami who is under Gundas Act for his alleged comments against the government or against the patriarchs who were once a part of the DMK, namely Shri Annadurai and Shri Kalaignar. He had put some defamatory comments about them, and he is languishing behind the bars for the last 6 months under Gundas Act. Tamil Nadu is the only state where Cyber Gundas Act is being used. That is, for any tweet that you put out, for any Facebook that you post that you put out, they are being prosecuted if it is against the interest of the government. On the other side, there have been a number of functionaries of the DMK IT wing who have posted really vulgar comments about women from other parties. For example, there is one person who had posted vulgar comments about Gayatri Raghuraman, who is actually a BJP functionary, and posted things in a very obscene way, but those people were at best reprimanded. There is also another YouTube channel by the name Plip Plip, where he constantly uses derogatory comments, derogatory words, and considers it as a source of entertainment for his viewers, and there is nothing that the government has done, but instead they have taken photos with the ruling Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu. So this is the state of affairs in Tamil Nadu, which is a very pitiable state of affairs, and it needs to be condemned and set right immediately, else this tendency will lead to fascism. And in fact, the irony here is most of the flag bearers of DMK ideology in Tamil Nadu blame the central government for being fascist. But who is being fascist here? I let the learned audience make the decision. So I humbly urge all the viewers who get to see this video, share it the way you want. You want to download it and upload it in your channel, please do it. There will be no copyright infringement in this particular English video of mine. Please go ahead and share the petition. The petition is very important because it has to reach the eyes and ears of the lawmakers. It has to reach the eyes and ears of all the influencers who stand for right to freedom of expression and liberty of an individual. With this, I submit my case and I hope and pray that justice prevails. Vanakkam, Vande Mataram, Bharat Mata Ki Jai, Jai Hind.